Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I'm talking about the new comics I picked up on January 29th, 2020. We're right here at the end of January, and I intended to read at least a couple of these to talk more in depth about them, but instead I ended up staying up all last night watching the entirety of Servant season 1 over on Apple TV, Apple TV Plus, whatever it's called. I don't know. It's $5 a month. It's a pretty good deal if you watch all the shows in just 1 month. But I decided, I'm gonna watch as much as I can before February 8th, because that's when will renew the next time, and then cancel it for a while until more shows come out. Although, and now that I was reading about, there's a show called For All Mankind or something like that, and I thought it was a documentary just from the title, and basically just from the title and the graphic for it. I didn't read further. If I read the first sentence of it, I would have seen there was an alternate history, as if the space race continued. And actually, even more so than that, it was that the Soviets got to the moon first, and what would have happened, like spawning from that. And it sounds really, really cool, but it's like 8 or 10 episodes, and they're all a solid hour, and it seems like a lot to watch. But then again, I kind of have the time, so I will probably check that out. But I watched Servant all in one go. I was working on painting a Beerus toy while I was watching it, but so I didn't have my full focus on the screen, but I was paying enough attention to it. This isn't the same. In the last episode, I was talking about Truth Be Told. I wasn't really digging that. I bailed on it, and I got the idea of it. It didn't seem like something that was going to blow my mind. But Servant, coming from M. Night Shyamalan, and it's super weird. Every episode has a big twist to it, or a big revelation, that kind of thing. Kind of similar to You in some ways, the TV show, the Netflix series called You, with how each episode just has you hooked with a new, like, oh, what the hell, that kind of thing. So I recommend it. If you have Apple TV Plus, then you already have access to it. Go check it out. Yeah, it's great. And then I started watching Dickinson. I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I can't tell if this thing on the window ledge is a bug or just like a piece of lint. I don't know. It's not moving, so it's not. If it's a bug, it's a dead bug. And hopefully not a bed bug, a dead bed bug. That would be really bad, really bad, dead big bug. Anyway, I started watching Dickinson. Haley Steinfeld, and her. I don't know the actress who plays her sister. I don't recognize her from. I don't remember her from anything else, but she's pretty funny. And I don't know the actor who plays her brother, but what's her name? I'm just going to look this up. Why not? Okay, so Haley Steinfeld is Emily Dickinson. Her father is played by Toby Huss. He is awesome. And then I've been watching Seinfeld's, or putting Seinfeld on when I go to bed lately. I hadn't been doing that in a while, but with my I usually have something playing while I sleep, but which would usually be the podcasts that are going on that I have on constant loop for my Daegu Claire. But she's in a different room for me now since I moved, and so now I've been kind of going back and forth with what I put on. And last night was Seinfeld, and when I woke up, it was the Mr. Wiz episode, and I was like, hold on, is Mr. Wiz Toby Huss? It is. Mr. Wiz is Toby Huss, and I don't know why I didn't put that together like in the last 5-6 years, because I've watched a lot of Seinfeld. I've probably seen that episode like 5 times at least in that time. And I don't know why I didn't put it, because he's amazing in Halt and Catch Fire. And he's also in the latest season of Glow. And yeah, he's awesome. Oh my God, another amazing actor that's on Seinfeld, along with like Bryan Cranston and, you know, some other people, I guess. I was going to say Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt wasn't on Seinfeld. He was on, Jennifer Aniston was on. No, not Jennifer Aniston. Courtney Cox was on there. Was Brad Pitt on? Was he on Friends? He was like on one episode, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I'm making that up. Probably. But anyhow, Jane Krakowski, most people know from 30 Rock, which is also really funny on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. She's Emily's mother. Then we have Adrian Ensko as Austin, her brother. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page apparently, so this might be one of his first big things. But Anna Barishnikov, is that you say her name? As Lavinia, her sister. And then Ella Hunt as Sue Gilbert, who is Emily's best friend and Austin's fiance. That's the big news of the first episode. Anyway, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but they're really, really funny, because they kind of go in and out of like being in period with how they talk and stuff. It's mainly, the parents don't even really talk consistently like of the time. It's like pretty much whenever she's reciting her poems, that's really then like a lot of the humor is from them being like, oh, that's really cool, like just talking like people now, like, oh, that's really cool, and death is really hot and stuff like that. But anyway, I really like it so far. Check that out also if you have Apple Plus. If you listened to the last episode about NXT this week, I'm trying to make these last 2 episodes of the month kind of long to use up as much space as possible, so I apologize for that slightly. Leading back into comic books talk, I did catch a couple more episodes of Harley Quinn. This show is so funny. There's a couple of really, really funny quotes from the last 2 episodes I watched. I'm not caught up to everything, because as I was watching those 2 episodes, yet another episode had just come out. I think maybe episode 10. I think I had watched 7 and 8 this morning. But man, this show is so fun. Poison Ivy like giving in to being in a relationship with the kite man. What is his name? I don't remember his actual name. The guy with the kite, hang glider, whatever. That's all pretty funny. And yeah, and of course, King Shark is the best thing on any DC show ever, played by, of course, Ron Funches. I had to think for a second there. I almost paused it so I could look it up, but it came to me just before I clicked. But it clicked before my brain clicked before my finger clicked. So there you go. But yeah, I really recommend Harley Quinn on DC Universe if you have it. Because you already have it. Go check it out. Unless unless you're a little kid and you're listening to this podcast. I don't know why you're listening to this podcast if you're a little kid anyway, but don't watch Harley Quinn if you're under the age of like, I don't know, 20. I'm just playing it safe. Then you know, if you're under the age of 20, ask your parents if you can watch Harley Quinn. But Birds of Prey comes out in just 1 week. I am so excited for that. I missed the opportunity to go to like a free showing. There's an offer in the DC universe, but it was in like my promo emails, and it was a couple of days ago. I went to click, and I opened the app and it said, "We can't find this page," and that must mean that they're full up on the screenings. I can't get in there. But it was only like the day before it comes out anyway, so I'll go see it. I'll go see it on Thursday night. But I am super excited. I'm so excited for that. Birds of Prey is going to be freaking awesome. Next week, I'm going to, in anticipation for Birds of Prey, I think that I will read quite a bit more of Birds of Prey books, because I have like all the trade paperbacks of the most recent run. I have actually more important. Oh no, I don't think I have Birds of Prey. It's I have a Black Canary, one of her 12-issue run. Whenever, I think it might have been volume 1 of Black Canary. I have that, but I haven't read it yet. And also Suicide Squad, which I'll be mentioning today. I picked up issue number 2 or 3 today. I think it's number 2. I'll get to that. But next week, it's all about Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey and all that. I'm super excited. And then the week after that, it's all about Sonic the Hedgehog, baby. Getting all those rings. Grab those brass rings, Sonic. But they're gold rings. Is it even better to grab the gold rings? I think so. All right, let's now talk about... I just got an email from Limited Run Games. I need to unsubscribe. I got No, it wasn't. Skullgirls. I got from. It was actually from Skybound, and I don't think I've gotten the actual cartridge yet, but it was like a whole packet. Excuse me. It was a whole package with the soundtrack and the game. All that. I got a download code because there's like some manufacturing problems with the actual cartridge or whatever. So I don't know what the status is with all that. But anyway, I recently got Turok 1 and 2, like the full like collector's edition, and they have like these metal N64 cartridges. It's pretty cool. It's the first limited run like collector's releases that I've gotten, and it's the first time that I've ordered from their site. But I get emails from them like every other day because they're coming out with other stuff. So I'm glad I'm not hooked on getting like feeling like I want to collect all of those. I think I have a few other limited run releases, but they were ones that made it into Best Buy and stuff, and it's just the games. It doesn't have all the fancy add-ins and stuff like that, but yeah, the Turok ones, they're pretty cool, but I haven't actually put the cartridges in to play them yet. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll do that after I finish recording this episode and posting it. But anyway, let's talk about first a couple of paperbacks. Green Lantern Legacy and Shadow of the Batgirl. I'm looking forward to reading these, along with Diana, Princess of the Amazons, I picked up last week. So they changed DC Ink and DC Zoom. I forget which one was which. I think DC Zoom was the one for younger kids. Now it just says DC Graphic Novels for Kids, and then DC Graphic Novels for Young Adults. So the Ink and Zoom, it wasn't exact. I guess that's kind of apparent from me talking about it just now. I don't remember. Couldn't remember which one is which. And so like just being like real obvious about it. then there's exactly what level of reader you're looking for. But like I said, even though they're for kids and for young adults, I like these books a lot because they are they're self-contained stories, which there's a lot of that anyway in the more adult books, but they're also a lot quicker of reads, and they don't really have that much less story to them. They're just told more economically and with a lot more fun art. Maybe not more fun, like a higher ratio of fun art to the words. You know what I mean? I think, hopefully. I don't know. I kind of don't like to read very much anyway. So if there's less reading and more like seeing action and stuff, I'm excited. I'm more excited for that. And also there's more jokes than there are like brooding monologues. I'm also excited for that. So that kind of comes with the territory of these, the books that are geared towards younger audiences. All right. So let's get into the actual comics that I picked up. Like I said, I have not had a chance to read any of these. So sorry about that. But I'm excited for pretty much all of these. So these two, okay, this first one I was actually had missing, so this did not come out this week, but Gotham City Monsters issue number 3. For some reason it didn't make it into my poll box there at the comic book shop. And there's another one. Oh, Napoleon Dynamite and Legion of Superheroes Napoleon Dynamite number 3 and Legion of Superheroes number 3. Those two also came out last week. But there was a shipping issue, and so I didn't get those until today as well. So there you go. I mentioned those, and onwards we go to the rest of these. These are in reverse alphabetical order, or I guess I could just start from the bottom of the stack and go through. All right, Action Comics 1019. I think we're still dealing with the aftermath of Superman revealing his identity as Clark Kent. So I'm excited to see what moves forward there. I'm pretty sure that I'm caught up on Action Comics because that was the main one. Because when I sat down and tried to catch up on as much as possible, I was just starting at the beginning of the alphabet, and the beginning of the alphabet is Action. Close to the beginning of the alphabet is Action. I don't have any titles that start with AB, like the ABBA comic book. Is there an ABBA comic book? There might be one called like Abaddon, King of Souls, or something like that. Taker of Souls. I don't know why I'm correcting a thing that's totally made up anyway. But Action Comics is at the front of my unread comics. But now it isn't, because I'm all caught up. At least until I put this into that box. But then we have Betty Page Unbound number 10. She's it's like a Coyote Ugly type situation, or maybe she's in Sin City. I think of it, it might be because it's in black and white. What is that? Jessica Biel's Jessica Alba. Her character was in a strip club, if I remember from Sin City at all. I don't know. Anyway, Betty Page Unbound has been pretty fun. And then we have DC Superhero Girls 100-page Giant is issue number 2. We have Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Bumblebee, Dog Days at Metropolis High. That story looks pretty fun. We've got Green Lantern. We've got Green Lantern power leashes going to all the dogs. That's great. Zatanna is about to pop, and drama in the theater department. That's kind of what you're looking for in there, isn't it? And then we have Deadpool: The End, issue number 1. I don't know what's going on with that. I think there's a whole The End thing going on in all of Marvel right now. I don't know. Maybe I should. I might should stop getting Marvel books at all, and just get DC books, because I don't know what's going on in the bigger Marvel universe whatsoever. But Deadpool kind of like stands on its own, and also Ghost Spider does mostly as well, because she's in a different multiverse and all that. I don't. Anyway, Dial H for Hero, issue number 11, Reign of the Super Miguels. That's going to be really fun. The Flash number 87. We're just a couple issues away from Flash 750. We just hit Wonder Woman 750 last week. So I think Flash 750 is like next month or the month after that. Getting pretty hyped for that. Oh, by the way, I did continue watching. I haven't watched the latest episode, but I watched the Supergirl episode right after Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I really, really liked that episode. It was really fun, and now I know I don't really need to go back and watch it really anything before Crisis, but like I was not familiar with the character. I had no idea what the heck was going on with who turns out to be Brainiac 6. I didn't know that was his character. I just thought he was a weird dude. But this episode is all about him and like old other alternate universes, the multiverse versions of him and stuff like that. And it was really fun. I liked it a lot. So go watch Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's awesome, and it makes, I feel like, as somebody who hasn't been keeping up with any of those shows at all, I feel like I can now watch those shows like starting from Crisis, and I'll be totally fine. And I think that was a big part of their goal with that, and I think it's effective. I haven't tried watching the other shows like Batwoman, Arrow. There's only 2 episodes of Arrow, so I should just watch those because it ends the series. Legends of Tomorrow and Black Lightning also I guess it is affected by the Crisis events, but I don't know if it makes it. I don't know if it's as strongly affected by it as the other ones, because he's like in a completely different city, so he doesn't have opportunity to cross over much anyway. But anyhow, Crisis on Infinite Earths, go watch it. 5 parts. I think all 5 parts are still on the CW app for free. Go watch it. Go watch it before it goes away, and then you can be caught up on everything. Maybe that's what I'll do right after I finish recording this, is watch the last 2 episodes of Arrow. Green Lantern Black Star number 3. This is the final of the 3 issues. So I talked a lot of trash about the first issue because I didn't understand anything that was going on, but I liked the second issue, and hopefully it's the same for this one. Then we have Justice League issue number 39. So far beyond on that. Oh my God. Justice League Dark number 19. This variant cover is super cool with Wonder Woman with a cloak on, and all these variant covers are great at DC. The Last God, book 1 of the Fellspire Chronicles, chapter 4. I'm not caught up on this one. Okay, so the Black Label books, I don't know how many chapters book 1 is going to be. It might be like 12 chapters anyway or something like that, but I kind of feel like it has the regular binding, just I forget the name for it has a staple binding as opposed to a square binding that a lot of the high-end Black Label books have. And I kind of wish that for this one, if it's 12 chapters in book 1 or whatever, make it 6 chapters and have them double length and get the nice square binding. I would totally be happy with paying more for less books. But the double, you know what I mean. But just with the staple binding, they don't feel high ends when they should for a Black Label. They had Red Sonja and Vampirella meet Betty and Veronica, issue number 8. We have them there in their like school outfits on Mars, and they are, or some other planet. It might not be Mars. It's probably Vampirella's planet because there's bats flying around. But I like that cover, and I've enjoyed what I've read of it so far. I can't remember if I'm caught up or not. Star Wars Adventures number 30. We have Kylo Ren there on the cover. Very very what is the word I'm looking for? Very riskily putting his hand, reaching his hand out through the cross of his saber. That, like, somebody could just like knock your saber and then it'll chop off your own hand. Safety. Lightsaber safety. Come on, especially of that weird crossguard thing. Suicide Squad. Issue number 2. The variant cover for this. Very cool with Harley Quinn front and center there. Like I said, Birds of Prey next week. Super excited. And Harley Quinn on DC Universe. It's great. And then we have Titans Burning Rage, issue number 6. I'm not sure how many issues there are of this. This might be the final one. I have not read any of them yet because it's in the T's. I'm only in the A's of getting caught up on everything. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 102. We've got the new turtle here. Oh, I don't know who that is. And there's a turtle with a yellow band. I don't know who any of these people are. These creatures are. I think that the girl with the pink, I think she's a salamander. Looks like a salamander tail. Anyway, Usagi Yojimbo Color Classics issue number 1. They're going all the way back to the beginning. Originally, these books were in black and white. I have the big hardcover compilation of the first like 80 issues or whatever. It's across 2 books. I've started reading it, and then I get overwhelmed because I have to be sitting in one place to read it because it's such a huge book. But it's really good. Usagi Yojimbo is great. I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast. I got a tattoo from one of the covers. I think it's from issue number 76 or number 74. I'm gonna look that up. Okay, I couldn't find it online. I probably could if I spent a little bit more time. But anyway, it's there's a scarecrow version of him, so I got that on my left shoulder. Because I really like these books. I really like the character. But I didn't want just like him directly. So when I came across that cover, I haven't read far enough to get to that cover, like reading all of it. But I have a book that's of all the covers. I was flipping through, looking through all of them. I was like, oh, that's it. Gotta get that one. Anyway, then we have Quantum and Woody, issue number 1, with a big banner ad at the top for Vin Diesel Bloodshot in theaters March 13th. But yeah, this is only a 4-issue run, and I really enjoyed the last run of Quantum and Woody, so I'm looking forward to this one as well. And that is it. That's everything that I picked up this week. I'm going to go and watch Arrow before SmackDown starts tonight. But let me know what you thought about what comics you picked up this week. Which ones have you read? Which ones are you excited for? And also let me know what you think of these Apple Plus shows, particularly Servant and Dickinson. Let me know what you think about those by tweeting me at TIW Podcasts. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.